What's happening, guys? Whiskey Bloke here, and you're just in time for another damn good review. Excited about this one. Good whiskey. All whiskies are good. It's down to you. What's your favourite? What one do you hate? Do you hate any? Decide for yourself. Anyway, this one is Lagavulin. It's the Distillers Edition. It's double matured. And distilled 1998. So, Lagavulin, Port Ellen, Isle of Islay. So what we'll do is we will pour a wee dram into my pint glass. There she goes. Put the stopper back in. Do you know who invented the stopper? His name was William Corkscrew. He was gutted because he invented the stopper, and to annoy his rival, he called that the stopper because his rival was called Ben Stopper. And William Corkscrew was holding his name back for something a lot more, Anyway, as revenge, old Benny invented the corkscrew. That's what he called it. Interesting, eh? Check it out, Wikipedia. Anyway, so this 43%, exciting. Let that breathe for a second. What can we talk about? I'll tell you a bit about myself. So, Whiskey Bloke. I am quite a private, secretive kind of guy. That's it, really. Right, okay, so what we'll do is we'll hold this glass like so. We'll analyse the colour. I'm going to say straight away, wow, you can see the sherry influence right there. It is like, it's saxophone colour. Blood orange, kind of nice, very nice kind of colour, Very nice. From memory, I should have really poured a 16 next to it. I think that's a bit... lighter than the 16. Ever so slightly, Don't know what number it is, colour-wise, but, here we are. Anyway, so we'll delve into this. We'll go into the nose, the palate, then the finish, and then, gather some thoughts, answer some questions. Why not? So I'm going to start on the nose. Okay, so it goes without saying, there are sherry notes, there's peat, there's smoke. It's ever so slightly medicinal. Ever so slightly. Mm-hmm. It helps me, it heals me, that kind of medicinal, There is seaside salt from the seaside, which is next to the sea. The salt comes from the sea. The salt is fairly sweet, so I'd say like salted caramel. Notes of salted caramel. Yeah. And then we will finish that off with some dark fruits. Oh, delicious. Really good. I've been a fan for quite a while. There's only that much left. Tiny. That's not even the tip of my pinky finger. Bought that 2 days ago. No, I didn't. Right, so what we'll do is we'll go on to the palate. We'll see what we get. Why not? It's one of the finer whiskies that you really want to just hold in your mouth for like, for ages. It's exquisite. Oh, you get so much from that. The sherry, yeah, the sherry is more on the palate than on the nose. We've obviously got peat there. I'd say not as peaty on the palate as the 16. Bit of smoke. Very nice. Very nice. Some nuts, maybe like walnut. Interesting fact. Walnut is the only nut where the word nut is used in its name. The first part. So you've got like Brazil, nut. Yeah, cashew, nut. Walnut. Unless, of course, you think of peanut. Yeah, does it count? I suppose, again, hazelnut, if you're spelling it correctly, is hazelnut. Hazelnut would be incorrect. So, well, scrap that. Anyway, let's don't change the subject. Let's focus on what I was talking about. It's got walnut, all right? Very nice. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the palate. Smoke, peat, sherry more so on the palate than on the nose. Walnut. It's like a peppery spice to it as well. I want to find out what some of those fruits are. I'm going to have a little taste. Again. Why not? You know, what day is it? You don't know when I've recorded this, so don't judge me. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, getting it under your tongue makes it sweeter. Brings out more of the fruitiness, the dark fruits that are in there. Dark fruits like cherry. Oh. On the zesty side, I'd say like orange. Orange. Ah. Oh. Oh. Sorry. It's so nice. Apricot. That's delicious. In terms of the finish, I mean, it's a medium to long finish. The smoke is definitely good on the finish. Very satisfying. The longest part for me on the finish is probably the peppery spice. Absolutely exquisite. How do they do it? Guys, how are you doing this? You know? Such a great whiskey. If I had to pick between the Lagavulin Double Matured Distillers Edition and Lagavulin 16, I actually don't know how I'd answer. I really don't. Both of them, oh wow, I know that was more expensive, so pound for pound, but what about you? What do you think? What would you pick between the two? You know, I'd sooner be asked, you know, what's your favourite kid? You know? I've even got kids. So that'd be a really weird question to ask me, actually. Weirdos. Anyway. Wow. Might have kids soon. You never know. I could do a live stream of the labour. Why not? Celebrate together. Whiskey. Any excuse. Anyway, I've gone through the tasting notes. You know what's next. It's time for the summary. Right. Summary. Summary. Nose. There was the smoke, there was the peat, it was slightly medicinal. Seaside saltiness, it was a bit sweet. Sort of led into salted caramel. I'm doing well this time. It's flowing. And now I've blown it. sour caramel, dark fruits. I remember that bit. Then we moved on to the palate. I tried the palate twice because I wanted to explore it a bit further. Really swirled it around on the tongue. Tried to get everywhere, so it's just like help me out. No, tried to get all over the tongue. Top, back, bottom, underneath, everything. Oh, wow, really good. So the sherry was more so on the palate than it was on the nose. The peat, probably less on this one than it is on the 16, but still very much there. The smoke was there. Spice. It was a touch of spice. Very nice. Very nice. Then I took another one and I was looking for the fruits this time. Swirled it around. Putting it under the tongue helps with the sweetness and it brings out some of the fruits. So the dark fruit, like cherry for instance, found cherry, very nice. Zesty orange. And then apricot. Mighty fine. Finish time. Medium to long finish. The smoke was very satisfying. But the best bit of the finish for me was the peppery spice. And then I was like, I can't decide. Is it Dumperjaw Distillers Edition or Lagavulin 16? Oh, what would you choose? And then you are going to comment below after you like this video and after you subscribe if you haven't done that already. So if you have, well done. Karma, good things come to those who wait. Paris wasn't built in a day. You will be rewarded. So there you have it. That is my Lagavulin Distillers Edition double matured review. That was another damn good review. I've been Whisky Bloke. You've been amazing. I'm really pleased with this bottle. Going to buy another one soon. I strongly recommend, if you haven't tried it, you get it and try it. Really recommend it. It's an exquisite whiskey. I would compare, if you were like sat back and closed your eyes as you were drinking it, I'd compare Lagavulin 16 to being on a beach with a barbecue on the beach burning, and you can smell it like a bonfire barbecue kind of thing going, and you're like, that's Lagavulin 16, in my opinion. Distillers Edition double matured would be you sat at home in your Chesterfield with a roaring fire, in a fireplace, not like a house, but that's how I would show the difference between the two. Only because there were certain things that were less on this than the 16, but it's so well rounded, it's so worth the money. Get it. Anyway, Whisky Bloke, thank you very much, YouTube, Whisky Tube community, and yeah, I'm just in it for the whiskey. I'll see you on the next video, guys. Take care of yourselves.